Hello, welcome to online English video lesson. My name is Iulian Nedelcu. I teach English at the National College, Școala Centrală, in Bucharest. The topic of our lesson is conditional sentences. This lesson is designed for the 10th graders. Overview: the use of conditional sentences in real life, songs, movies, academic writing, and spoken English. Main benefits of mastering conditional sentences. How to use conditional sentences in English, types and examples. Mixed conditional sentences. Will and would after if. Typical mistakes Romanian learners make when it comes to conditional sentences, and a fast rewind of conditional sentences. Are conditional sentences present in songs? Let's find out. Are conditional sentences present in movies? Let's have a look at the short video.
If I had not done what I did, you would all be dead.
This is my kingdom. If I don't fight for it, who will?
She loves you. If you don't love her, you've got to tell her.
Oh, no. If you come, you may never get back home.
Fine by me.
If your father dies, you'll make the deal, Sonny.
If he's innocent, why is this taking so long?
No argument with you, brothers, but if you don't release her, you'll never see home again.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
And if you ever need anything, just give me a call.
If there is anything I can do, please call.
If you want to win the war tonight, we have to make a deal.
If you change your mind, you know where we meet.
We've got a better chance of survival if we work together.
Secret Service Agent Smith, if you're here, who's protecting the president?
I would not be standing here if I knew any other way.
Conditionals in speaking. Let's see two examples. The first one, shop assistant to customer. If you would just sign here, please. This is a more polite way of saying just sign here, please. A is writing something for B and having difficulty. If I could have a better pen. Here, use this one. Thanks. Conditional sentences in academic writing. I have selected two excerpts which use conditional sentences. The first one. If governments spend less money on space research, then they would be able to help solve and so on. A second example. If we use the same example, a grandmother would probably prefer to. Now, let's revise the benefits of mastering conditional sentences. Mastering these forms can bring great benefits. 1. In boosting your exam scores. 2. When listening to songs. 3. When watching movies. 4. When speaking politely. What are conditional sentences? They are statements discussing known factors or hypothetical situations and their consequences. As for their structure, complete conditional sentences contain a conditional clause and the consequence. Types of conditional sentences. There are 4 different types of conditional sentences in English. Each expresses a different degree of probability that a situation will occur or would have occurred under certain circumstances. Here is a grid which provides information related to the 4 conditional sentence types. As you can see, you have a column with usage and 2 other columns which provide the tenses. Now, let's have a close look at type 0 and type 1. Type 0 conditional expresses general truths, scientific facts, laws of nature, situations in which one thing always causes another. When you use a 0 conditional, you are talking about a general truth rather than a specific instance of something. And 2 examples: if you hit ice, it melts. If it rains, the grass gets wet. Let's move on to type 1 conditional, which is used to refer to the present or future when the situation is real. It refers to a possible condition and its probable result. If the weather improves, we will go for a walk. If he gets a job in Liverpool, he will have to get up early. If it doesn't rain tomorrow, let's go to the beach. We will continue our presentation with type 2 and type 3. Type 2 conditional refers to present or future situations which the speaker thinks are impossible or unlikely. Examples: if I found her address, I would send her an invitation. If I had a lot of money, I would travel around the world. If I play better, I would win the tournament. And the final type, type 3. This type refers to past situations that cannot be changed. Let's have a look at some examples. If it had rained, you would have got wet. If you had worked harder, you would have passed the exam. And if you hadn't lied to me before, I would have helped you. Let's practice now. Decide which variant, A, B, or C, best completes each sentence. 1. If he had been more careful, nothing bad would have happened. 2. If I, the answer, I would tell you. The answer is knew. 3. She will finish the essay if you, her, this evening. Don't disturb is the answer. Another exercise. Give the right tense form of the verbs in brackets. 1. If Martin make a run for it, he will catch the train. The answer is makes. 2. If Laura not eat so much, she wouldn't have put on weight. The answer is if Laura hadn't eaten so much, she wouldn't have put on weight. 3. If you go to bed earlier, you wouldn't be so tired. And the answer is, if you went to bed earlier, you wouldn't be so tired. Let's continue with our practice on conditionals. Translate into English. Dacă nu citești, nu știi. If you don't read, you don't know. 2. Dacă va fi frumos afară, vom merge la piscină. If it's fine outside, we will go to the pool. 3. Dacă aș avea mai mult timp liber, aș citi în limba engleză. The translation is, if I had more free time, I would read in English. And the final sentence, dacă ai fi înțeles mesajul meu, nu ai fi picat examenul. If you had understood my message, you wouldn't have failed the exam. Now let's move on to mixed conditionals. Can you identify which type of conditional is used in the sentences below? If I had won the lottery, I would be rich. If she had been born in the United States, she wouldn't need a visa to work here. If we hadn't given her a pay rise, she wouldn't be working for us now. Now, let's find out the type of conditional. Things that did or did not happen in the past may have results which continue or are still important in the present. We can emphasize this by using if with the past perfect verb and would plus verb in the main clause. Can you identify which type of conditional is used in the sentences below? 1. If Sam spoke Russian, he would have translated the letter for you. If I hadn't so many friends in Bucharest, I would have moved to Italy. Sometimes we refer to hypothetical things in the present to comment on their hypothetical results in the past. We do this by using if with a past simple verb and would plus have plus past participle in the main clause. Translate into English. Dacă aș fi studiat mai intens la școală, aș avea o slujbă bine plătită acum. If I had worked harder at school, I would have a well-paid job now. The second sentence. Dacă nu ar trebui să muncesc atât de mult, m-aș fi dus la petrecere aseară. If I didn't have to work so much, I would have gone to the party last night. And the final sentence. El nu te-ar ocoli dacă nu te certai cu toată familia lui. He wouldn't avoid you if you hadn't quarreled with his whole family. This section deals with typical mistakes. Which sentence is correct? If Mary will find a document, she will become suspicious, or if Mary finds a document, she will become suspicious. The correct answer is B. We use will in the main clause, not in the conditional clause. Which sentence is correct? If you would help your sister, your parents would be very happy, or if you helped your sister, your parents would be very happy. The answer is B. We use would in the main clause, not in the conditional clause. Which sentence is correct? If George had worked enough, he would have passed the exam, or if George would have worked enough, he would have passed the exam. The correct answer is A. We use would have plus past participle in the main clause, not in the conditional clause. 4. Which sentence is correct? I won't go unless he doesn't come, or I won't go unless he comes. The answer is B. Unless is used in type 1 conditional and is always followed by a verb in its affirmative form. Now, let's move on to conditional clauses with will or would. Examples. If Claire will meet us at the airport, it will save us a lot of time. The meaning of this sentence is, if Claire is willing to meet us. The second example. If you would all stop shouting, I will try and explain the situation. The meaning is, if you are willing, kind to stop shouting. The last sentence. If it will make you happy, I'll stay at home tonight. The meaning of this sentence is, if it is true that you will be happy as a result, I'll stay at home tonight. Bear in mind, will and would can be used in conditional clauses either with the meaning of being able to do something or to refer to later results. Now let's have a fast rewind. Please answer the following questions with true or false. 1. The name of the tense in the if clause is the present perfect simple. If I had liked dancing, I would have done more of it. False. The name of the tense is the past perfect simple. 2. A conditional sentence is made up of two clauses, the main clause and the conditional clause. True. There are three main types of conditional sentences. False. There are four types. In polite requests, would is possible in if clauses. As in the example, it would be nice if you would help me in the kitchen. True. 5. When you use a zero conditional, you are not talking about a particular event. As in the example, if it rains, the grass gets wet. The answer is false. 6. It is grammatically correct to use will in the clause after unless, as in the example sentence below. Unless it will rain, we will go for a picnic by the river tomorrow. The answer is false. Will can't be used in the context above. 7. Conditional sentences are part of more complex forms, structures, that include time clauses, clauses of result, and clauses of purpose. True. 8. When you communicate in English, it is advisable to use a variety of words and grammatical forms such as conditionals. True. 9. The meaning of the sentences below is similar. If I had known you were in Paris, I would have visited you. I would have visited you if I had known you were in Paris. The answer is true.